Assalamualaikum. Start with the greatest name of Allah, who is the most kind and merciful. This is Abrar Hussain Jafar from BBA 218, Sindh University Campus, Markana. Today's my presentational video is risk management. Course instructor Ma'am Shugufta Salim Sheikh. Subtopics: what is risk and its types? What is risk management? Basic concept of risk management. What is risk? A probability of or threat of damage, injury, liability, loss, and any other negative occurrence that is caused. Risk management. Risk is defined in financial terms as a chance that an outcome or investment actual gains will differ from an accepted outcome or return risk, including that probability of losing some or all of an original investment in financial standard deviation is a common material accounted with risk. And whether it be the risk of an accumulated inflation rate of a volatility stock risk is a huge factor of examining and understanding when getting into the market, or even as a business or corporation. And recent year with trade wars and questionable interest rates is it seems as thought risk may be more and prevalent topic when it comes to placing your money in an investment while or even starting a business. Type of business: risk management. These types of risk are taken by business enterprises in order to maximum shareholder value and profits. Risk, business risk. In a nutshell, business risk is the exposure a company has to various factors like competition, consumer professions, and other metrics that might lower profit of enhance the company success. When entering a market, every company is exposed to business risk, and there are various factors that may negative impact profit and might even lead to business damages, including things like government regulations or our company. Within the general blanket of business risk are variable other kind of risk. Then within general blanket of business risk are various other kinds of risk that companies examine, including stages risk, operational risk, re-operational risk, and more. In a large sense, anything that might hinder a company's growth or lead it to fail to meet target or margin goals is considered a business risk and can present in a variety of ways. And non-business risk, these types of risk are not under the control of firms. Financial risk, as the term suggests, is the risk that involves financial loss to firms. What is risk management? In the world of finance, risk management refers to the practice of identifying the potential risk in advance, analyzing them, and taking on so precautionary steps to reduce the risk. Risk management is important in an organization because without it a firm cannot possibly define its objective without taking the risk into consideration. Chances are that they will lose directions once any of these risks hit home. In recent years, many companies have added risk management department to their team managements. And for investors, risk management. Risk management is the process and strength that investor and companies alike employ to maximum risk in a variety of concepts. Risk management can range
Di stop ka.
pasang
Ah,
ini gitu tuh pasang itu
fast. Nada bicha makan tinggal deh, kain bahasa deh editing करना दे.
can range
Some.
can be composed. Risk the investment. There are various stages companies and individuals like employ to avoid incurring too much risk. Five basic steps. Identity risk. Number one, identity risk. You and your team uncover, recognition and describe risk that might affect your project or its outcome. There are a number of techniques you can use to find project risk. During this step, you start to prepare your project risk register. Number two, analyzing the risk. Once risks are identified, you determine their likelihood and consequences of each risk. You develop an understanding of the nature of the risk and it is a potential to affect project goals and objective. And five basic steps. Three, evaluate the risk. You evaluate the risk by determining the risk magnitude, which is the combination of likelihood and consequences. You may design about either the risk is acceptable or it is serious and cause the warrant terminate. Number four, treat the risk. This is also referred to as a risk responding planning. During this step, you assess your highest ranked risk and set out a plan to treat or modify these risks to achieve acceptable risk level. And number five, review the risk. This is a step where you take your project risk register and use it to monitor, track, and review the risk. Note: risk is the main cause of uncertainty in the organization, thus companies and increasingly focus more on identifying risk and managing them before they even affect the business. The ability to manage risk will help companies to act more confidently on further business definitions. For example, the 1994 Latin America cases also debated that tequila cases instituted the risk of holding assets in different currencies when several of the countries were unable to pay back foreign debt due to it extending their earning capacity because of the sudden loss of value in the maximum peso. Debits or assets in foreign currencies. The crisis is but one example of a country feeling the stock of sudden depreciations of currencies, but currency risk can also apply to individual investors who hold security or assets in foreign stock market.
Thank you.
Thanks.